Jay. He's in the secret lab in the gardens and... oh, crap!
Yep, I know.
I don't care what these people do in their private life. Let me be clear. As long as the game is good, the gamers, they don't give a damn of who you are.
Anti-woke who have been championing Expedition 33 to win Game of the Year since the Game Awards announcement are now gonna change their mind when the lead actress says, "I chose Queer Joy."
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
I chose Queer Joy.
I don't care.
What's up, Space Pirates?
Nobody cares.
This is your Admiral, the endlessly edgy Dr. Disaster, and it is utterly insane just how misunderstood a lot of us gamers are who simply don't want to have progressive preachiness in our video games.
I'll make you understand.
The problem that we run into is that for the so-called chuds in the gaming community, it is convenient for our opponents to pretend that we are mindless brutes. The corporate butt kissers and the progressive shitlibs need us to be bad people. Otherwise, it becomes obvious that we make some pretty decent points, that for a lot of games out there, over the past several years, the developers and writers have spent a good chunk of their energies trying to push a series of agendas.
Stop lecturing me, please.
I don't mean to lecture and I don't mean to preach.
Stop pretending.
It is with this in mind that I now turn my attention to Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Now, I'm sure that I've probably made this pretty evident by now, but I am a really, really big fan of Claire Obscure. It was one of the best, newer games that I've played in a long while, but Jennifer English, who plays one of the main characters in the game, just won the award for Best Lead Actor at the Golden Joysticks, and she gave a speech when she won it talking about Queer Joy and the backlash to this. Well, here's a summary of what I've seen online.
We don't give a shit!
Honestly, I played it, okay? I played Expedition 33, and it's like, what, about 9 hours in? Last time I remembered. And what I got, so far so good. The game was decent. I mean, in the open world map, there was some lags. But other than that, when it comes to go to certain areas, when you enter the area, so far the performance looks good. Nothing too special.
Stop, please! I'm not important. I can't help you.
Nobody cares who this woman wants to sleep with in her own private life. It does not change how we feel about Claire Obscure. The fact that she is gay was known back when she was in Baldur's Gate 3 and in Elden Ring, and that did not stop those games from being huge and well received by gamers. The woke crowd is desperately trying to prod their enemies into turning on Claire Obscure because they desperately want to be able to claim that game as their own. But in reality, it stands, Claire Obscure that is, stands against everything that they support and everything which supports them. It stands against AAA corporate slop, chasing trends, because, let's face it, that is what has been propping this woke shit up. A bunch of corporations who want to be seen as the good guys for listening to the so-called oppressed masses. Meanwhile, this little AA studio, Sandfall Interactive, has simply done exactly what the chuds have been asking for all along, and they've done it without the massive AAA price tags that we've seen these days. They made a game without preachiness, and they focused on a fun experience. These people can pretend that we hate Claire Obscure, but if anyone is hurt by it, well, we all know who that is.
First and foremost,
The boss don't want you hurt too bad. Said something about you being the perfect bait.
I mean, do even people care about what these award shows about?
Yeah, and just in case someone does decide to try, we're...
He's here!
Nobody.
Finish him off right now!
Oh, hey. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I don't care what she does in her private life. If the game is good, then it's good, right?
Can you cut me free, Batman? Thanks. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I eat punks like these for breakfast. What were they doing in here?
The ones that weren't hitting me went over there and started doing something to the power controls. I have no idea what they were doing.
Okay. So again, like I said, here's the thing, folks. So far, when I played the game, everything was good. There was no bugs, well, except in the open world, folks. There were some times where, how do I say this? Yeah, it definitely lags a bit, a little bit, not all the time, a bit. And when I go to certain areas for the stories, everything was good. There was nothing too fancy. I mean,
Looks like Joker has booby-trapped this control box. This is going to be tougher than before, but it's a risk I'll need to take.
and don't forget, many people still think turn-based RPG is dead, but in reality, Expedition 33 proved otherwise, folks. Again, like I said, some people still think that turn-based RPG is what? Dead or something? And look what's happening. Sorry, making sure my camera's okay.
Looks like I've cut the power to the generator ahead.
And I'm still new to this.
Well, aren't you the persistent one?
I'm still new, but
Always one step
sorry.
ahead.
And please don't mind me if I had to turn it from normal to easy, okay?
Before I have an army of Titan monsters at my fingertips. Ooh, just imagine me being carried through the streets, stepping over the corpses of all those innocent citizens. It's going to be glorious, so I can't wait.
Yeah. Listen, folks. Remember, every gamers would say this. Look, we don't care what you do in your private life, okay? The question is the game you're promoting is good? Can it be played? That's the real question. Look. Okay, first and foremost, she's a voice actor, okay? Jennifer English, she's a voice actor, okay? The main concern is the game, okay? Sandfall Interactive did the right thing. And guess what? And also, let me be clear. Most of those people in Sandfall Interactive, they were all ex-Ubisoft people. Because, here, this is what I think. The CEO of Sandfall Interactive said that he was bored at his job because Ubisoft didn't give him, or in this case, didn't approve his idea when he approached him. That's why.
What just happened with Claire Obscure? The fact that Jennifer English is a lesbian has been a known quantity for a while now, and I sincerely don't understand why this is supposedly such a problem now. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that there are some people out there who are angry about this development and saying some stupid shit on social media or whatever, but the vast majority of people talking about this really don't give a shit.
None of them care, okay, folks? I don't care. Don't forget, she's a voice actor, okay? Better. Yeah. Okay, now look, everybody loves her. Everybody loves Expedition 33. I mean, seriously, look. We gamers, all we want is just a good game, okay? And also, guess what? Expedition 33 has just give Square Enix a wake-up call. Although I don't know if Square Enix is going to go back to the old turn-based RPG. assuming they do, but knowing what's happening with Square Enix, the best way they do is go back to Japan. Yes, go back to Japan and start doing what Japanese people love. Turn-based.
This tweet has been making the rounds on social media.
I guess the anti-woke who have been championing Expedition 33 to win Game of the Year since the Game Awards announcement are now gonna change their mind when the lead actress says, "I chose Queer Joy."
Or, and this might be a shock to you here, but we might just shrug our shoulders because people say things in award speeches. As Yellow Flash said in response to this guy on X, "I don't care if people want to be gay." And that pretty much sums up my own feelings on the matter. I sincerely don't give a shit. Now, was Jennifer's speech a bit cringy? Yeah, I think it was. She's still acting like her sexual identity is a huge part of her personality, as if this is still 2020 or something, but basically she sounds like an entirely uninteresting person, to be honest. But that is a her problem.
Correct.
Not a Claire Obscure problem, because it didn't manifest itself in the game in the slightest. I have a good friend who is a lesbian, and one of the reasons that she's my friend is because she's interesting. Her sexuality almost never becomes a part of any conversation that we have. In fact, to be honest, she hates that sort of conversation as much as anyone else. She just wants to sit down and play Magic the Gathering with me and all of her other friends. She would look at the speech given by Jennifer English at the Golden Joysticks, and she would roll her eyes just like anyone else. And to be clear, it is a bit cringy, what she was saying in her speech, but it isn't the worst thing ever. Sometimes people just say cringy things. I'm not going to worry about it myself. It would be a lot tackier if she were accepting an award for the game as a whole, but since this was an individual award, she gets a bit more leeway. But here, let me just show you the clip.
Dr. Disaster show you the clip. Before that, listen folks, nobody even gives a damn what they do, okay? Oops, wrong way. Yep. Oop. Again, how am I supposed to say this? Oh yeah. Look, we gamers, we just want fun games, okay? That's it. Also, whoa.
Another mutation. If Joker's making these monsters, he hasn't perfected the formula yet. I need to hurry.
Oh yeah. Remember, gamers, all they want, folks. They don't care. Look, you can do whatever you like. It's your private life. No one's saying otherwise, okay? But one thing we don't want. Well, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. Let me get this. It is, of course, attacking the audience, okay? That's something we don't want, okay? Remember, nobody wants someone who attacks the audience. And I'm so glad that Jennifer English didn't attack the audience. Okay? Yeah. Whoop. Sorry, getting that one. Oh, Ooh, there. Sorry.
And you judge for yourself.
Crazy journey. She chooses to live a life that wasn't serving her. And I did that a few years ago. And I chose instead a life that was authentic, a life that was gay. I fell in love with beautiful
Like I said, it's a bit cringy for sure,
yeah,
but
it
not
is.
the worst thing ever. However, you want to know what is cringy as hell? This shit right here.
Yes,
the
these
reaction
idiots.
to this speech by the mainstream media.
Of course. This is why, look. Listen here. This is the reason why I would say this. Nobody gives a damn. And look.
Help me! Answer him!
Please. He's here!
Oh. Allez. Ooh, bomb. Look. If the game is good, then it's good.
Are you okay?
Do I look okay? They were gonna kill me. We were in the aviary hiding out, and they came in with Joker shooting up the place and loaded us into cages.
Are they still in there?
No, man. No one's come out since. You got to help them.
Stay here.
Now, sorry you had to do that. Again, folks, one thing you have to understand is that, look, gamers really don't care what these actresses or actors do in their private life. Look, they do what they do. One thing we don't want is what? Thing we don't want is people who openly, yes, openly attack gamers, aka the consumer, like Tati Gabrielle did. Seriously. Auntie Gabrielle attacked the gamers, the consumers. You wanna know what happened? People are now hating Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet. And Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet is Sony's last chance, okay? If that game flop, then it's done. Seriously, done for good. And yes, it's a bit cringy, I would say. Also, don't forget, those people that you saw, the Sandfall Interactive, they were all ex-Ubisoft, well, the CEO at least. Look, the CEO wanted to what? He wants to pitch his idea, but what happens? His idea was rejected. That's right. What happens is, when he tried to pitch his own idea, the CEO, Yves Guillemot, rejected it. Or even, the idea got delayed.
This article is from probably the worst outlet in gaming, The Gamer. The headline says,
Claire obscures. Jennifer English is right. Queer joy is worth pursuing no matter the cost.
The article then says, ever since Baldur's Gate 3 became an overnight critical and commercial success back in 2023, its cast became bona fide celebrities of the video game world. Names like Neil Newbin, Samantha Beert, and Devorah Wild have become regular convention guests the world over, not to mention appearing in more and more projects as a consequence of their success. Perhaps the most prolific of those names is Jennifer English, known for bringing Shadowheart to life in the beloved RPG. She is a fantastic character, played with incredible nuance throughout, as God's favorite princess learns to stand against the corrupt teachings of Shar that raised her and strive for independence over oppression. As someone who learned to live as their true self, despite what people might think of them, Shadowheart's story is also one that resonates with thousands of LGBT people. And see, this is exactly the issue in gaming that has been causing so many problems. It is always these people who make a big deal out of this shit. Jennifer English gives a speech, and most of the chuds just shrug their shoulders. Who cares? We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But these woke lunatics act as though this is the greatest thing that ever happened.
Excuse
they
me.
insufferably write articles like this one, or tweet about it, or whatever.
It's because, frankly, look, listen here, folks. Listen here to all those journalists. Look, what do you really think by tweeting that gamers are going to what? Shrug their shoulders?
Help me! Someone! Get me out of this thing!
Listen, the bat is on the way. If you see him, send the annoying doctors to hell. That's the down one, right?
Yeah, they're going down.
Good. And remember, hear a collar go off. Batman's here.
Joker's men are all wearing the security collars. I'll need to take out the operator first.
Okay.
Batman better not try and mess with us.
Try to find a way. Whoa, not that way. Where is it? I know there is. Okay, remember folks. What? Listen, this is why many people don't trust the game journalists anymore, okay? They thought they can get their own on the chuds, which, frankly, well, whoever wrote that article, I had to guess she is, or he, I don't know what her gender. That could be either Stacey Henley or Jade King. I don't know for sure. Where is it? Oh yeah.
Joker wants him stopped.
And don't forget,
I'm gonna do it.
These people, these journalists, they hate gamers, okay? Which ultimately one day, in my second channel, maybe I'm gonna make that video about video game journalists, how to reset, okay? Yep.
I've incapacitated
It's the video game journalist.
but the hostages are still in danger.
So you take it at my monthly. That's, well, good for you. Do you remember about my alarms?
Yeah.
He's here, you idiots. Stop him from getting to me.
Come on.
He doesn't
Two.
stand a chance. Not a chance.
Whoop. Again, this is the reason why many gamers, they have, well, they lost trust in the mainstream media since 2014, or in this case, since Gamergate 1. And now, they are looking for, or in this case, they always go to YouTube for their news coverage, for their honest reviews. Here's another thing. What's the word? Oh yeah,
Joker wanted the entrance to the Titan production plant guarded.
Black Ops 7. Why is it that Black Ops 7 has... No wait, not Black Ops 7. Which one? What was it? No. I'm trying to think what game that journalists and metacritics, or in this case, the disconnect between the journalists and the mainstream, well, gamers at least. Oh yeah, I remember. What's the word? Dragon Age. No, not Dragon Age. There's one thing. It's been a while. I don't know for sure. Here's the thing. These journalists are getting laid off, okay? That's the reason why many people...
I'm sorry. I thought I was working for Dr. Young. I had no idea Joker was involved until he burst in the lab.
Where is the lab?
Back over there. I always get buzzed through. There's a hidden door, but, well, you know, it's hidden.
I'll find it. Stay here.
Okay, so here's the thing. Look, folks. I think when it comes to this, one thing we need to do. Well...
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
How did you work that one
Sorry.
out?
What's the word I'm gonna say? Sorry, I get sidetracked these days when focusing. It's hard to do. But here's the thing. Expedition 33 was a good game, okay? Look, to all those journalists, you really think you want to own on the chuds? No. You are getting replaced. Oh yeah, Arkwright, I remember. Here's the thing, the hypocrisy here. Why did the journalists, aka Eurogamer, give Black Ops 7 a 3 out of 5, while Arkwright got 2 out of 5? And the same reason is because AI.
About how happy they are to feel seen. Well, my dudes, when I play a Batman game, or watch a Batman movie or something like that, I don't do it because it makes me feel seen, even though I share some immutable characteristics with Bruce Wayne. The thing is, in the parts that actually matter, I am very personally dissimilar to Bruce Wayne as a person, though we do both wear masks a lot. But no, I follow Batman because the story is interesting.
That's right.
I genuinely just love Batman for what that IP is. I don't watch Batman to feel seen. But this shit right here, this article from The Gamer, represents everything wrong in the gaming industry that we have been trying to call out. These people start crying their crocodile tears about being oppressed, trying to get the soft touches out there to feel sorry for them because they're gay or whatever. This is what we mean when we say that they are using our hobby as a vehicle to push their lifestyles onto other people. The article goes on, as you can imagine, but let's face it, by now we have all read this same article about 100 times. It is the only thing these people seem to care about, and the fact that they expect that the Chuds are suddenly going to turn on Claire Obscure is simply wishful thinking. They want us to hate it. They want to be able to claim the game as their own, since their own games, like Dragon Age the Veilguard and Assassin's Creed Shadows, those have demonstrably struggled or outright flopped in the wake of pushback from the Chuds.
That's right.
In other words, these people want the strife, because they need it to be true that we are irredeemable monsters, because otherwise, well, they are.
First and foremost, shout out to Dr. Disaster. I had to say. Okay, folks, here's the thing. So far, Expedition 33, when I first played it, everything was good, okay? Well, that was no nonsense, to be honest. What the? I'm gonna... Oh! Sorry, it's a bit difficult. Boss fight. Yeah. Again. What? Look at that.
Well, look who's discovered our secret lab. Since you've made it this far, let me show you what I've cooked up.
Too big guy. Again. Whoop. Remember, Expedition 33 is still a good game, in my opinion. And I'm so glad they won the Game of the Year award. That's right. Again, these journalists, don't forget, these journalists also attacked Sandfall Interactive because of the developers. They're white. And they're ex-Ubisoft. Yes, they're ex-Ubisoft employees. And here's the thing, what I believe. Don't forget, those Ubisoft employees, well, the CEO at least, they tried to pitch their idea to their boss. But guess what? It was rejected or it delayed. Whoops. Allez. Oh. So look, I said, gamers don't care what voice actors, whoever they are, do in their private life. As long as the game they deliver is good, that's all that matters, okay? And most importantly, the journalists, yeah, they're irrelevant. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. Look, the game is good, okay? This is what is called separating the art from the artist. And guess what? The art is good. Despite the artist being dog shit or something, but hey, that's their private life. So in the other case, let me end it up with this. Doesn't matter what they do in their private life. As long as the game is good, that's all that matters. And one more reminder, it doesn't matter. This is for all game developers, such as the indie, AA, and Eastern developers. Regardless if your game failed, or in this case, regardless if they win Game of the Year or not, gamers will still support your game either way. And I'll keep on reminding people. So, enjoy the cutscene.
Oracle, I've destroyed the Titan production facility. But Joker escaped with enough to cause us real problems.
Just when you think it can't get any worse.
They've been using a venom plant hybrid to create the Titan strain. The plant's the key. And there's only one person on Arkham Island who can help us.
And what makes you think Poison Ivy will help you?
If her plants are at risk, she'll listen. I have a sample of her pheromone signature on record. She'll be somewhere in the gardens. I'll track her down.